Thank you, Ms. Tiffany Ng, for doing this interview with us. So maybe you could introduce yourself and what you do here at Rainlily.
I'm Tiffany, and I'm the center in charge of Rainlily.
How has the COVID-19 pandemic affected the mental health of domestic violence and sexual abuse victims?
Actually, in the past, some survivors may keep a tight schedule or make themselves very busy and seldom look after their emotional needs. During the pandemic, the social distancing policy made people spend more time at home and reduce social activities, which may create a room for them to get in touch with their feelings. Perhaps it will trigger their emotions and they may have more flashbacks related to sexual violence incidents. Actually, we have conducted a small survey with 40 service users last year after the second wave of COVID-19, and 60% of them, they have more flashbacks.
Right.
Yeah. And also for those cases happened within family, although the sexual violence incident is no longer happening now, some survivors may have to spend more time with the perpetrator at home during the pandemic, which may also make them feel more fear or anxious and depressed.
What are the mental health issues faced by sexual abuse and domestic violence victims, like maybe on a general basis?
Survivors of sexual violence may suffer from PTSD, depressions, and anxiety. And actually, the emotions of survivors could be complicated after the sexual violence incidents. They may experience fear, anger, shame, and sadness, etc. Also, some survivors find difficulties in building up a trustful relationship with others, and they may choose to isolate themselves, which may also impact their interpersonal relationships. Self-blaming is quite common among survivors. They may blame themselves for not being able to protect themselves or even put themselves under dangerous situations. Besides some survivors, they would like to pretend everything is normal, and they may have to suppress their emotions and feelings to keep the daily functioning. From time to time, we can see these oppressions may bring harmful impact to the mental health status if no appropriate intervention is offered.
How can we recognize the signs and symptoms of these mental health issues that these victims face?
I think we can notice the emotional change by paying attention to the survivors' behavior. Maybe they will keep themselves isolated, as I just mentioned before. They hesitate to maintain interpersonal relationships. They will become emotional suddenly, like cry or have bad temper frequently. They will find difficulties in concentrating on the daily functioning. Maybe they can't sleep very well. Some of them will suddenly afraid of going to some specific place or to contact with some specific type of persons. So these all are the signs that we can pay attention to.
What is Rainlily, and how does it help these sexual abuse and domestic violence victims?
Rainlily is non-governmental organizations provide supportive service specifically to female victims of sexual violence, age 14 or above. We provide crisis interventions to the victims of sexual violence incidents to deliver immediate support to the victims during the instant medical or legal procedure. We also provide in-depth counseling, therapeutic groups, medical follow-up for sexually transmitted disease, and also we will accompany the victim throughout the whole legal process, from data taking to court hearing. And also we have a group of pro bono lawyers who provide legal consultations to the case related to sexual violence incidents.
Is there anything else you would like to add? Anything about mental health issues faced by these victims, or maybe is there anything that we might overlook?
When there is a survivor voice out their traumatic experience to you, please try not to ask too much of the details of the incident at the beginning. Listen and accompany will be helpful, and because It is possible to induce re-traumatization to the victims if we ask too much details of the incident, especially when they are not ready to recall the memory. And also, maybe we will induce victim blaming to them if we try to figure out the factors leading to the sexual violence incidents. So I think what we can do is to show our concerns and support to them according to their needs, and also encourage them to seek help from us, Rainlily, or also other relevant organizations.
Thank you so much.